Oh, hello there. It is I, Master Swoby-Wan Kenobi. And it's time to get some protein in you.
Come here, my little friend.
I know you've been thinking that you need to eat chicken and rice to lose weight, and maybe you're feeling a little bit like my friend Dex, and you want to look a little bit more like Machamp version of him, right? Maybe you're not sleeping like you want to, you don't have the energy. I once was trying to take Dex to a party, and he just didn't feel confident having photos taken of him. So I know what it's like, and I want to make sure that you've got high quality protein snacks to be able to get your galactic gain so you can defeat the dad bod empire. So without further ado, let's dive into these 12 high protein snacks. But I gotta first introduce the golden ratio of protein, which you can use to reference whether something actually is a high protein snack. And I say this because sometimes you'll see different options like this where it's marketed 10 grams of protein, but when you look at it, it's 260 calories per serving for 10 grams of protein. And now this ratio is gonna be 10 to 1. So for every 10 calories, you want 1 gram of protein. So if you're having 100 calories, you want 10 grams. If you're having 200 calories, you want 20. Pretty simple, easy math here. And so you might be thinking, but Master Qui-Gon Slim, Master Swolda told me that I need to make sure and hit my carbs, or I need to hit my fat, I need to hit all my macros. Yes, my young Padawan, but not at the expense of your calories and your protein. And so if you have 260 multiplied out by 10, that's 2,600 calories in order to hit your 100 grams of protein. Now, if you had to get 200 grams of protein, you can't be going around having 5,200 calories. So I say all this because the ones that I'm gonna show you are around that 10 to 1 ratio. Some are even lower. So let's go into the first one, which is going to be deli meat. Deli meat, you can get this from a butcher. You can get it pre-packaged like this. This one is boar's head smoked turkey breast. 60 calories, 12 grams of protein. Great, solid. That's actually a 5 to 1 ratio. And you can prepare this a few different ways. One, in between meetings, you can reach in, grab a few, bam, throw it in your mouth. In between meetings, snack on it. You can also wrap this around some string cheese. I'll show you that one a little bit later. Or you could cut this up like my brother sliced up Anakin's arms and legs, and you can throw that inside of egg whites. You can throw it inside eggs if you're making a scramble. And so deli meat is gonna be a solid option to go for when you're just trying to grab something quick. It might be a little bit high in sodium, but don't worry. If you're equating calories, equating protein, you're gonna be totally fine. Next, we've got tuna. Tuna is probably the highest you can get outside of maybe just a chicken breast, but you're looking here, 130 calories, 29 grams of protein. Now you might be thinking, how is this a snack? I'm not just gonna sit here and eat this. What am I, a wild animal? Maybe. Sometimes you just gotta go with what's efficient versus what's super tasty and novel. But don't worry, you can throw this in with some mayo, throw it on some whole grain bread and have a tuna fish sandwich. You can throw this on a salad and have a tuna salad. So a lot of different options that you can go here with this tuna, and it is one of the most efficient ways to get your protein in. Next, we've got cottage cheese. Now, I personally, over the last 6 or so months, have moved away from dairy. It breaks me out here, breaks me out on my back, on my face. I get really bad energy crashes, gas, bloating. So you might be someone who is lactose intolerant and may not even know it. But if you are someone that handles dairy, cottage cheese is fantastic. 110 calories, 14 grams of protein. And now you could actually go even a little bit leaner here. I grabbed the 4% on accident. If you grab 2 or 1%, it's gonna have an even higher ratio of protein relative to calories. And then on top of this, you can pair this really nicely with Tapatio. It might sound uncivilized, but trust me, it tastes fantastic and it works really great as a dip versus a lot of dips are sour cream based. So if you can go cottage cheese based, you're gonna be solid. Next, we've got my favorite, even though I haven't had it in a while, Fage 0% Greek yogurt. So most Greek yogurts are going to have a good amount of protein in them. This one in particular is 80 calories, 16 grams of protein. So part of why that is because it is 0% fat. So it is literally just protein and a little bit of carbohydrates. So I might pair this and put it in a protein shake. So I go protein powder and Greek yogurt, boom, that bumps the protein intake up. Or I throw in some blueberries, some raspberries, or some other fruit, get some fiber in, get some good, just healthy fruit snacks with my protein. This can be something that you grab at a gas station or something that you grab at a grocery store on the go. And yeah, it might not have the sugar that your typical Go-Gurts do or the Yoplait yogurts that you give to your kids, but There's a time for treats, but when you're getting in your protein, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get it in. So great option right there. One of my favorites. Next, we got beef jerky. A couple different ways you can handle this now. One is a chomp stick. They got a few different variations of either these specific flavors of chomps or different brands entirely, but this is 100 calories for 10 grams of protein. So bam, right on that 10-to-1. And then you've got actual bags of beef jerky. That's just a quick one here, 80 grams of protein, or sorry, 80 calories, 10 grams of protein. So underneath that 10-to-1 ratio. And I like this from a snack standpoint because what you're looking for a lot of times is the ritual of the snack. It's relaxing. You sit on the couch, you got this bag next to your hip, but instead of Doritos while you're stuffing your face watching Fallout, you're actually having something that is just as salty, same shape, but is a lot more protein. It's gonna be a lot more filling, a lot more satiating. You throw this in your car on a road trip, grab this at the airport. A lot of great ways to use protein, or to use beef jerky rather, for your protein snacks. Now this next one, you might think I'm a little crazy, but I actually love this. So we got some hummus, and we've got some rotisserie chicken. Now the rotisserie chicken doesn't have on it the number of calories, but depending on if it is the rotisserie chicken with some skin, just some straight white meat, or other parts of this chicken, the calories can range maybe a little bit higher, 160 calories for 15, 20 grams of protein. It varies a little bit, but what you can do with this, and I'm not gonna do this right now just because I don't want to get my fingers all gross, but just you can peel off a little piece, dip it in the hummus. Normally you're dipping pita chips or other types of just not as healthy snacks, but here you can literally just rip off a piece, throw it in the hummus, and just be snacking at a party, snacking in between meals, and you're getting in a great protein source. I'm gonna share in other videos how you can utilize this to have really quick and easy meals, but having one of these pre-peeled, thrown in Tupperware, and then you can dip it in this, or you can just be a total heathen and just eat it straight, which honestly wouldn't be that bad. Rotisserie chicken, solid way. And I like rotisserie chicken as well, just because it's already cooked. Sure, you could make some chicken breast and cut it up and dip it in the hummus, but that just removes a step. So I think it's worth the little, $2 or $3 that you'd pay to get the rotisserie chicken versus preparing it. That said, I am a big fan of obviously preparing food as well. So next we got string cheese. String cheese, let's look at the ratio here. 50 calories, 6 grams of protein. Under that 10-to-1 ratio. Talked about this. You could pair these two really well. You see that actually a lot in package variations of these, where it's some deli meat and some cheese sticks, but you can get a little bit higher protein ratios if you just go and get your own. So pairing these two is a great thing to do. Your kids will probably also like these as well, but keep in mind, if you're lactose intolerant, probably won't go down that well, but if you can handle it, great. Next, shrimp cocktails. Shrimp is a really solid 140 calories per serving, 22 grams of protein. It's got a little dipping sauce. It's about the size of something that you'd snack on. So this is $5. I could grab this, snack on this in between meals. It's gonna taste great. And you can throw a little bit of different pepper seasoning, really salt up and make it like a Cajun shrimp. Get a little bit of novelty with your snacks. And so I think this is actually a really underrated one between the tuna and the shrimp. You get some fish. Lox bagel actually might be a decent one. I didn't throw that in here. Sorry, getting out of order. Next, we've got protein waffles. Now, this is a little bit of an important distinction. As I was shopping for this, I was saying, okay, cool, we got some Kodiak. They had Power Flapjacks. They also had Power Waffles. Power Waffles were 12 grams of protein for 250 calories. The waffles was 14 grams of protein for 190 calories. And so, yeah, you're gonna get some sugars with this inside of the carbs that you're having. But I think if you pair this with like this isn't a snack, but if you pair this with a turkey bacon, pair it with some egg whites, you and the family could have a really nice breakfast on like a Sunday, and it could be 40, 50, 60 grams of protein. The big thing that you just got to solve for is make sure that you're not baptizing it in a bunch of maple syrup, because if you can keep this to a moderate amount of maple syrup, and you've got your egg whites, you've got your deli meat that you're putting in those egg whites, you're maybe having a side of turkey bacon, it could be a really quick and efficient protein packed breakfast. We're just about wrapped up here, so let's go protein bar. There are so many protein bars out here. I just grabbed a Quest one. Now I will say, if you're just living off of protein bars, you're basically just having Frankenfood. Make sure that you're not just getting your protein from protein bars or protein shakes, because other food has other nutrients, vitamins, minerals that you need in it. And this is basically just processed protein bar. It tastes good, can definitely hold you over in a pinch, but I would also say, watch out for the packaging on these. You could see something that says, great source of protein or 15, 30 grams of protein, but it's really just a chocolate bar. It's 400, 500 calories, and you could definitely find more efficient ways to get it in. But 190 calories, 20 grams of protein, 21 grams of protein, I will take it. Then we've got edamame. This is one that super overlooked. 250 calories for this container, 18 grams of protein. So not quite that 10-to-1 ratio, but this is something that you can really easily make, and you just throw a little bit of salt on these, eat them while you're snacking, watching a show, in between meals. You can actually get them these are inside of the shells. You can get them pre-popped out. And the thing that I also like about these is these will have a good amount of fiber in them as well. Fiber is also a satiating nutrient, something that helps with digestion. So being able to get some fiber with your protein, boom, we like that win-win. Finally, we got eggs. A couple different ways to do this. Hard boiled, you could cut this up, throw this inside of a salad. You could just eat this straight. Sometimes I'll cut these in half, put some salt on them, dip it in the salt, eat it, tastes great. Obviously, you can make scrambled eggs over easy, sunny side up, or you could go the really efficient route, 25 calories, 5 grams of protein with your egg whites. And so that right there, 12 grams of, or not 12 high protein snacks that you can have to help you hit your protein targets, which will help you hit your nutrition targets, which will help you hit your body composition goals so that you look and feel how you want to feel. You get your galactic gains. You go up to Master Swolda, he deems you a fitness knight, and you are welcomed into the order. All right, so with any questions, drop them down below. And if you want to be a part of the Fit Nerd Academy community, it's super easy. That's all going to be down below in the description. When you join, you get a CT number, you get assigned to a squad, you tap into your alter ego, choose your mission, AKA training plan. So you have a structured training plan, you've got a community, and you're doing essentially challenges every single month that ladder up into your goals. And so you win prizes basically for getting fit. It's amazing. It's awesome. Link down below for the description to check that out. Would love to see you in there. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next Kenobi's Kitchen. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and peace.